I'ma fly high, bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bluebird.
Welcome to the Kaizorian experience. Over here, we're going to be talking about everything African. We're going to be having debates, discussions, entertainment, as well as learning about business, art, history, and everything in between. Cultural, tribalism, and everything. We're going to be out here debating with some really interesting stuff. So, like the video, share the video, and make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Subscribe for the best experience ever. This is the biggest channel on the Afrosphere. So come and join the team, become a Kaizorian, and join the Kaizorian Empire.
I universally exist within myself, within this premise, and I exist within this bluebird in the sky. I'ma fly like the blue in the sky. I'ma fly like bird in the sky. I'ma fly like bluebird in the sky. I'ma fly like bluebird in the sky. I'ma fly like bluebird in the sky. I'ma throw my bluebird in the sky. I'ma soar like bluebird in the sky. I'ma soar like bluebird in the sky. I'ma fly like bluebird in the sky. I'ma fight like bluebird in the sky. I'ma eat like bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bluebird in the sky. I'ma be bluebird in the sky. I'ma be free, bluebird in the sky. I'ma be free like bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bluebird in the sky. Back again like the second coming. Strumming my vocal cords like the hummingbird in the sky. Y'all can't deny this. Real rap lyrics, it's like I ain't got no rhyming through the sky limit. What is skin tone, shade of color, but a parallel form of frequency like a ringtone on your phone. Melanin expression tied up in the universe, feeling like God. Is this really us? Is it serious? Is it really wrong to be diverse? I'm a divergent, immerse myself like an ocean beneath this waves. Be a divergent, born to be different. Indigo child, wild like canary. Born to be a bluebird in the sky, flying high like a bluebird in the sky. I'ma fly high, bluebird in the sky. Yeah, bluebird in the sky. I'ma fly high, bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bluebird in the sky. Everybody scream bluebird in the sky. I'ma fly high, bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bluebird in the sky. Yeah, bluebird in the sky. Everybody, bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bone black, sweet like a berry. Flying high, high like a canary. Scary with my hoodie on. Hating on my vibe on the street that you'll be feeling my frequency of the song. But I know that I ain't never ever gonna be ever the same. But I know.
Yo, what's good, guys? We're going to be talking about the Naira collapses. We already know Nigerian Naira went from 400 Naira to right now 1,500 Naira to $1. Meaning, if you saved your money in Naira, you've done lost all your money. Shout out, yes, I'll give history on that show later on. Yeah, so Nigerian Japa. Japa, basically another word for running away, right? So it's a Nigerian word. So should you Japa or should you not Japa? That is the question, right? Over there. Anyways, we'll go ahead and try to understand what this context here is talking about. We'll be watching a 77% debate show hosted by a lovely Kenyan sister in Nigeria, talking to the Nigerians. Let's go ahead and let's get it. Should Nigerians run from their country since now the economy has collapsed? Kenyan shilling continues to rise. Guys, I receive so much hate from everybody. It's like when I kept saying East African community is better, the Nigerians and West Africans kept saying, no, Kaizo, that's not true. ECOWAS is much more countries, is much stronger. The economies in Nigeria are stronger. Ghana is great. Okay, Ghana's economy tanked. Ghana's economy is now one of the worst in the world. Nigeria's economy is definitely tanked. Aliko Dangote is no longer the richest black man anymore because the Naira has collapsed. And a lot of his money is in Naira. Some of it is in dollars, but a lot of it is in Naira. So all of these things being put together shows what I've been saying from the beginning. Kenya is one of the more relevant African countries. That's real African countries. South Africa doesn't count. So as things are, overturning and slowly the information is coming out, the question is, if you're Nigerian or African in general, I mean, this is why you don't see Kenyans running to the West, right? They take a ship. I mean, sorry, they take a plane, but they don't run because the Kenyan economy functions.
I don't agree. I don't agree because hope is not a strategy. You don't hope, you keep hoping for 60 years. We have people in power who are not concerned about the people, they are concerned about their pocket.
Why aren't people able to get what they need from this country?
Well, that's a very tough question.
That's why I'm asking you. Hello and welcome back to the 77%. This week we are back in Nigeria. And before we continue, I'd like you to picture something. Imagine living in a country where you feel completely frustrated by your government's efforts and feel absolutely no way out. What do? Well, for most Nigerians, they decide to Japa, the Yoruba word for run. And so huge is this problem that recently elected President Tinubu asked people in the diaspora in the US to come back home and forget the frustrations of the previous government. But is this enough to allow the young people here to remain? That's the question we have today. And I'm going to begin with Samson. Now, you are one of the people who is saying that, look, this country is not really working out for me, and given the chance, I am taking the first flight out of here and never coming back. Why?
So I'm a digital entrepreneur. I think about me having solutions to many problems and then still trying to battle with infrastructure, thinking about power, thinking about...
Yeah, so like I mentioned, guys, like I said, right, Kenyan shilling has gone stronger. This is bad for me because every time I take the super chat money or any other money I make, it is now giving me a much smaller return of money, right? Before, £1 was 200 shillings, actually 207 shillings. Right now, £1 is only 180 shillings. And the shilling will continue to rise, until it's only 160 shillings to £1, meaning I have lost a lot of money just in the last couple of days as the shilling increased in value. Now, imagine if I was in Nigeria earning money in dollars. Right now, I would be rich, right? Now, the Kenya's rise in shilling is actually kind of artificial, as I said. It's because they've just taken on a new Eurobond. They've sold a treasury bill worth $1.5 billion. In other words, right, simple layman's terms, Kenya has an influx, right, of $1.5 billion in its foreign reserve currency, meaning the dollar is no longer in such high demand because an extra $1.5 billion in circulation allows for business and trade to occur much easier. That's why the shilling is grown stronger, right? The Naira, on the other hand, it went from 400 Naira is $1 just in June 2023 to right now is gone up, or rather down to 1,500 Naira to $1. The Nigerian government cannot be trusted. So the conversation is, should Nigerians run away from their countries? Right, it went from being Africa's largest economy. If you do the direct transliteration of the exchange rate and look at the GDP for 2025, Nigeria is no longer the richest country in Africa anymore. Right now, it's going to be South Africa and Egypt and all the other North African countries, meaning the giant of Africa. Not only did they sleep, but they fell right off. And again, I'm not a hater. I like Nigerians, etc. But the truth has to be stated. Nigerian economy is actually tanked, and that is what it is.
About my internet, thinking about infrastructure that will help me do many things. I wouldn't want to do that. So I would think about me looking for a place where I have all of those things that can enhance my idea to create the solutions that I'm looking for.
Okay, so give me an idea of how frustrating it is, this lack of infrastructure on a normal day. Paint a picture for me.
So just imagine me getting into the airport or in the marketplace and I need to quickly attend to one of my clients and I don't have access to internet, or me trying to even use my data to do what I want to do, but I'm locked out because of the fact that the codes are not working and all of that. I've had several challenges like this where I'm trying to do something, but I get into the environment, there's no Wi-Fi that can make me do stuff, there's no infrastructure that can give me an idea of what I want to do. It's very frustrating. Okay,
so let me hear from other people here, just the state of affairs in Nigeria at the moment. How would you describe it? Oludayo?
So this case of Nigeria, you might see things are not working, right? But it's not beyond redemption. Nigeria is going to be a better place if we all contribute.
why is his brother lying? We just seen the Nigerian economy go from, you know what? Let me share my screen for a second, so we have the context. Anyone that lies and says that the Nigerian economy can rise, I don't want them spreading misinformation, right? If you can Japa, I tell you to go day Japa. And you see, when we open up the channels, most of the people that will tell you don't Japa, don't run away, are the ones who are living in Europe already. The only hope Nigeria has is for Nigerians to go to Europe so that they can send money back to Nigeria in dollars to recreate the foreign reserve currency. Nigeria has lost a lot of its foreign reserve currency. Let me make this really, really clear. Everything that UFC superfan said on the last show is true. However, the most significant reason why Naira has gone down, apart from the Nigeria not controlling the economy anymore and having a more floating currency, is because there is no more foreign exchange reserve in Nigeria. The money is gone. Nigeria has had its lowest level of foreign exchange reserve, meaning Nigerian politicians have stolen the money. They have taken it to Europe and America, and they have spent the money there. So instead of the money doing business in Nigeria, it is gone. So yeah, this is kind of interesting. Yeah, Nigerian money is gone, right? Like this is my analysis of what's going on, but Nigeria does not have a high foreign reserve exchange, right? They're fallen because these people have taken the money out. Like, because people wondering, well, where did the money? It's gone. It's taken out. Right? These niggas stole the money. It's really simple as that. They took the money, right? Now, let me explain the economy for those who don't understand, which is most of us. In any country, you need dollars in circulation so that you can buy things like fuel, like petrol, diesel, so that you can run economies in your countries. Fuel can only be bought in currencies like the dollar. Sometimes they might accept the euro, right? But they're not going to accept the Naira ever. So when you buy fuel, for example, that you need the dollars in circulation in your banks and your population. When the dollar is taken away by thieves, politicians and governors and even businessmen like Dangote, do you think that Dangote left all his money in Naira after the first crash from 400 Naira is $1 to 800 Naira? This brother probably took a lot of his money out. So there's also a capital flight. The rich billionaires and powerful Nigerians must have asked the banks to buy all the dollars that they can be allowed to buy. And this is also contributing to this fall. I do not believe that Dangote just left his money in Naira after the first event. Him and his friends and his friends' friends and all the rich people would have requested the Nigerian central bank to sell them dollars, even if it's selling it at an exaggerated rate. That rate is still better than what happened right now with the fall of Naira, right? This is all to do with private companies no longer trusting the local economy. This is also to do with the governors and politicians stealing money. When you have all of those things coming together and everybody refusing to invest in Naira, the Naira is collapsed. That's it. Like, it's not even that complicated. That's all that's happening. Mrs. H says, UFC superfan, people will go if they have the opportunity. It's not their fault their leaders are corrupt. Blame the leaders only for the problem is way... I agree. Whenever I don't like the word blame anyways, because blame doesn't mean anything. We, the people in Africa, and all of us in diaspora who say we care about Africa, we should take responsibility. At the end of the day, blame is irrelevant. Blame is a game people play, like mostly women and weak men, to they want to scapegoat, right? It's a scapegoat. Blame is irrelevant. What matters is responsibility. Who will take responsibility to fix? Now, I say Nigeria has no hope. The only hope that Nigerians have is to Japa.
Our part to make it a better place.
Okay, so you say it's going to be a better place, but what is the situation presently?
Yes, there's a reason why we are a developing nation, right? We are not as developed as the Western world, yes, but nevertheless, things are getting better. You can see unicorns springing up around everywhere. I'm in the data space, I'm in the tech space, so I can see a lot of things happening. So yes, things are getting better, and you can only hope that things get better.
Okay,
But it's
so
not beyond redemption.
things are getting better, and yet, Nimide, as you so beautifully wrote in one of your articles for your blog, people are already leaving, and they're leaving in droves, and it's having an impact already, not just on society, but on your personal life. Can you tell me about that, please?
Well, things have gotten really lonely. Typically, you have to work. I normally run like a very tight schedule. I love friendships. And I would be able to say on Monday, I'm hanging out with this person, I'm hanging out with that person. On Friday, I'm like, what?
But UFC, let me explain to you something. You are right. Nigeria's productivity is low, right? But let me ask you, how can a Nigerian company, now we know why the steel company collapsed, the real reason why it collapsed. It's because the Naira has been manipulated by the bankers and the elite Nigerians for a while now, and of course the politicians. When you are exporting a product, right? For you to let's say cement, right? When you're making cement, and Nigerian cement is actually one of the biggest in Africa. In Ethiopia, I know Dangote Group's cement is actually the biggest cement provider, right? Kenya has one in Mombasa. It's called Bamburi cement or some. Yeah, it's called Bamburi cement. So Kenya actually has its own cement sort of game and everything going on, but Dangote cement is also sold here. Now here's the issue: if you right, if you're required to buy any of the products that you use to make cement, for example, right, can be anything, but we're using cement as an example, and you need to buy something from another country. If the dollar exchange rate is poor, the prices of cement will go up. If the price of cement goes up locally, how about when you export it? That means the price will be too high to compete with the local cement made in countries like Kenya. So realistically, what will keep happening is the Nigerian economy will fail because Dangote cement is not going to be, even if it's better, let's assume it is, and I'm not saying it is, right? Even if it's better than Bamburi cement from Kenya, it would have to be better by the amount of increased pay. And we know that's not the case. So meaning Nigerian cement will start to collapse. The Dangote's group in general will begin to collapse because Nigeria's bankers are playing a dangerous game by allowing the Naira to collapse. And as I said, right, this Naira collapsing is actually because of dollar scarcity. There's not enough dollars in Nigeria because everybody. Here's the thing: some people are hoarding dollars, right, for the black market, waiting for a situation like now, right, so that they can buy when the dollar is really high and the Naira is low. So there's those people, right? Some people are hoarding dollars. Some people are holding dollars not necessarily to sell in the black market, but because they don't trust the Naira. Some people have taken the dollars and have gone to Europe, Cayman Islands, America, and reinvested somewhere else. Some people are controlling the dollar, the banks, so that they can control the real estate market and the exchange rate market. There's all sorts of different players playing around here. Looks like it's a game. It's not because Nigeria did anything interesting, for better or for worse, but this looks like, unfortunately, Nigeria is playing a dangerous game.
The shortage of friendships and the shortage of things to do it has really been on an increase. Beyond that, I also understand why people are leaving. The thing about living in Nigeria is that the paradox is that there's a lot of individual brilliance, right? But it doesn't translate to anything collectively because, like he rightly said, there's no structure, there's no infrastructure in place. So people want to take that brilliance and take it to a country that works, a structure that works. And you can't blame them. So even for those of us who have not, summoned up courage or being able to just uproot ourselves and leave, we are left with, the keeping up with our friends with all of the digital media, social media, Twitter. It feels like we're seeing every day, but the truth is we are separated. We are alienated from people we've grown up with. We are separated from family. Like I have friends that, one of my friends, today is her mom's birthday. She's literally the only child and she doesn't even know when she's going to see her, right? And it's just happening like that. We talk about the impact it has on youth, but there's also impact on the parents you're leaving behind, the people that you don't know when.
Now, the sister is saying a lot of stuff, and Mrs. H and UFC agrees with her. But here's the thing, right? We have to be realistic and look at the full picture. Everything she says is true, but Nigeria has a dollar shortage issue. Japa is the only way that Nigeria will get more foreign reserve exchange. If she was to Japa, to America right now, and send her family back home some dollars, that money will add up. Right now, Nigeria, do you know how much money Nigeria is making? Meaning, if there was no Nigerians abroad, there will be so much significantly less dollars in circulation. Let's see. Nigerian diaspora send back how much? We can see how much Nigerian diaspora sends. Nigerians abroad remitted $20 billion in 2022, meaning if Nigerians were not abroad, Nigerian economy would be worse. So I know UFC hates Nigerians abroad, but look at that. You can't argue with $20 billion. That's the thing. That's the thing that's keeping Nigerian economy floating right now. It's the diasporans. It's not the Nigerian banks. It's the diasporans. It's not the Nigerian industries. It's not Dangote anymore. It's not anyone who's producing anything that they're exporting. It's diasporans, right? Keeping Nigerians afloat.
Things are really bad. You don't know if the next time you're coming into Nigeria is to bury your mom or to bury your dad. So it's really painful.
Yeah, but you said that you understand why they're leaving. By the way, how many people have friends who've japped? Let me see by show of hands. That's everyone. That's everyone. Okay, so let me talk to Dr. Dapo here, because he is actually working very closely with the permanent secretary here in Lagos for the Youth Commission, correct? So if Lagos and Nigeria indeed is one of the biggest economies in Africa, why aren't people able to get what they need from this country?
Well, that's a very tough question.
That's why I'm asking you.
One challenge we have is the number of people compared to the resources that we have in this country, and also management of that resource. We're a low middle income country, so we can't actually compare ourselves fully with the Western world.
Yeah, that's true. You can't. But Mr. Nigerian, Kenyans never Japa. Like I guarantee you this. When Kenyans leave to go abroad, it's because they've been thinking about it. They've planned. They've applied for Canadian work permit or American work permit. When Nigerians go abroad, they will get there by fire or by force. Whether it's through the Sahara Desert, whether it's through the Latin American countries and risk their life being killed by gangsters and all these Spanish speaking people there, right? Nigerians will get there by fire or by force. So other countries are also poor, but they don't japa, they don't escape. They go and do things the right way. They apply. If they don't get it, they don't get it, right?
Which is also a high income country. So I think it's natural that people move to places where there is a greener pasture. What I find a bit disturbing is the number of people.
Exactly. And just for the information or for the benefit of our audience, a recent report stated that nearly 70% of Nigerians actually would want to leave this country, to leave elsewhere. But not everybody does. And in fact, some people want to return.
The crazy thing is, if you look at the what's her name? The host, all right, of the show, this is a Kenyan woman. Now, she japared to Germany. Why? Because she got a job offer from a German television network, right? DW. That's the company that she works for. So if she herself has she didn't Japan, she got a legitimate job. She was offered an alternative, better lifestyle. But even if she has done basically what she's arguing with these people, how can you trust these people? She didn't run, but she walked into Europe, right? And that's the reality. Nigerian Naira now has collapsed, right? Guys, Nigerian Naira is now like, you can barely use the Naira for toiletry uses right now, right? Naira to dollar has collapsed. 1,500 Naira to $1. This is definitely something that could have been predicted, because we all know how the euro dollar system works. I've been talking about this for the last 2 years. If you look at the last videos, especially 2023, we went deep dive about the euro dollar system. Everybody argued against me. Oh, Kaizo, you don't understand how money works, this and that. But what happened is exactly what we predicted. Here it is, right? As you can see there, in June, this is 1 month, actually, not even a year. Let me click on the year one, right? Look at this, right? On June 2023, Naira was around 460, right? Now look at that. Naira has been the same for a long time before that, because it was controlled by the Nigerian central bank and the Nigerian government. It was fake, right? This was just set. Then when they allowed it to free float, immediately the real value went up to 800 Naira to $1. aka the Naira lost 100% in just 1 week. Then look at this right now. Just a few days ago, Naira went from 800 or even 900, right, all the way to 1,500 Naira for $1. Why did this happen? Scarcity of dollars in Nigeria. The politicians stole the money, took it out. Dangote and his friends, after what happened in June 2023, said, hell no, I am not leaving all my wealth, well, most of my wealth, in Naira. I will go and buy dollars by fire or by force. So he removed his money from Naira and bought a lot of dollars. And that's a smart thing for him to do. He didn't just do it alone. His business partners and all his friends, right? All the rich people in Nigeria decided, no, can't trust his government. So now the Nigerian central bank has lost operational currency, aka the foreign reserve currency. Right now, it's the lowest that it's ever been. This is a true reason why the Naira has collapsed. Kenya, on the other hand, is opposite. Kenya's economy is at its highest right now. The shilling gained a lot against the dollar because they had an influx of dollars. So, to Japa or not to Japa, I always say that you must Japa. Don't you agree with me?
Kaizo, my recommendation is to speak to only things that you know about. You are not Nigerian, that's one. You are not an economist, that's two. And you are almost certainly not clever enough to understand the space, that's three. So just speak to things that you know about. So what are you talking about?
Okay. Shout out to you. The Naira, has it not gone from 900 Naira just the
Why?
other
No,
day
no, no, no. It's not has
to
it not, but
1,500?
why has it is the question. So that's where the question is. So why?
Okay, but good question, good question. But first, let's at least establish the facts. Has it gone from 900 to 1,500? Do you believe that?
All right. What is being done in Nigeria is probably a first in the world experimentation with an economic space. So the new government, the new government has come in, and they've decided to free float the economy, which essentially what free floating the currency of the economy is. So that free floating is to tell us that market forces is going to determine the value of that currency, and by extension the value of the economy. So what used to happen previously? What used to happen previously was that the Nigerian economy was heavily subsidized. So there was the Nigerian currency was being insulated to the tune of 2 billion, probably in excess dollars every single month, in order to defend that currency. And that opened the portal for arbitrage, which was milked heavily by the corrupt practices within the space. So they free floated now the economy for the Naira to establish its value. So this is market forces, corruption, and the true value battling it out now to establish the actual spacing of the Nigerian economy. So it's more nuanced and more expansive than that pedestrian narrative that you just delivered.
Okay, shout out to you, one man. But didn't Nigerian currency become free floating in 2023 in June? So how come it's, that's the same argument that you guys used in June 2023? So have they now doubled the free floating? Is it, before it's just free floating, now it has scuba divers and the paddles? Because that argument doesn't explain this recent rise from 900 to 50. It explains the first rise, but what explains the second rise?
Like I said, it's a balancing that you're seeing. Ike, settle down, settle down. Yes, I know you do. It's a balancing that you're seeing going on, as I said. So there's a myriad of forces militating and agitating against the central space. So what you have is the currency free floated one, and then the second thing that you have is a dearth of inflow of a hard currency. That's two.
So that's not to say that the country doesn't have sufficient enough in earnings to support, but the corruption portals have to be unbundled from the system. And then that corruption portal, because it has harvested so much under the previous administration, it is attacking the inflow of Naira. So essentially stolen funds, which are very, very heavy. The stolen funds in Nigeria is probably more than the earnings of your country for the next 100 years. And that is just resting in abeyance to attack the economy. So what you're seeing is stolen funds harvesting the Naira, wanting to buy it at whatever price to legitimize the stolen funds and turn it into hard currency. So there's that push. Then there's the push of not sufficient enough of inflow of inward investment, which is being tackled. And then there's the pressure of traditional business as well. So all of these are different portals coming in to agitate against that central dollar space. And that's what you're seeing in the agitation of the currency. But there are policies being put in position to mitigate against this. And over the next short to medium term, you will see a rebalancing. All of the international financial spaces, they have placed the Nigerian currency at between 700 to 800 naira to the dollar. And that is where ultimately it will settle. But a lot of smart money will harvest this volatility in the market. So this is an experimentation. This is blue sky thinking. This is people with mental acuity in charge of serious business. So this is what is going on.
Okay, shout out. I'll definitely like to address some of those points, right? As I'm speaking to someone else, he says also China is experiencing a similar thing. Yeah, everything you're saying it sounds true, apart from one, the true value, reestablishing itself. If you just look at this in general, if you look at Naira, the Naira was as strong as a dollar at one point. And by strong, I mean, in pedestrian terms, 1 Naira was like what? Sorry, 80 Naira. Sorry, 80 cents. Whatever. No. Let me
sorry, not to interrupt you. Sorry, apologies, not to interrupt you. But why was that? Was that as a result of the strength of the economy, or as a result of the currency being subsidized?
It doesn't matter for now. It doesn't matter for now for my narrative. But I'll answer your question in a second. The Naira at some point was 1 Naira was a dollar, right? That's how so-called strong the Naira was. But it went and keep decreasing from 2004. Right now is 138 to $1 to all the way to 1,500 Naira is $1. Meaning now we know why in Africa it's impossible for us to invest long term, because it doesn't work. You actually lose money. If I had 1 Naira in the bank if I had a Naira in the bank in 2004, right, and I checked again right now, that Naira would be the same value, right? But if I had 2 Naira in the bank, that Naira will be worthless right now. So, Nigerian Prince, go ahead. What's your thoughts on the discussion?
Yes. Hello, Kaizo. Hello, one man. And from the discussion, what conclusion I've come to is that I think one man is he's a tribalist, because the president is Yoruba. He's making the decisions that the president's making.
My goodness, how do you live from an economic discussion to tribalism? You're an Igbo man, I assume.
No, I'm Yoruba.
No, you are not from your accent, and certainly not from your look. You are not Yoruba. Of course you are not.
No, Yoruba. My name is Uvuvwevwe. Well, it's a Yoruba name. I'm from I'm Yoruba.
Yeah, from what? You look at this guy. Don't tell lies now. We don't have a culture of telling lies on this platform.
Why are you challenging my Yoruba-ness?
Well, you don't. Anybody looking at you can either say that you're Congolese or even worse, Igbo.
No, you're wrong.
Kelo so.
Is this Cameroonian? I can smell it. I can smell the the Cameroon in him. Is that Cameroonian? the person you spoke.
But one man, I think the current president right now is battling with with those who are involved in the forest trading, mostly the banks. Hello.
What was that supposed to mean, man? Allow my guy to speak, man. Yeah, you have the Cameroonian. Go ahead, man. Make your statement.
All right.
Yeah,
Hold on. I think.
but
Hold
let
on,
me just
everybody.
finish my
Everybody,
point.
hold on. Everybody, hold on. I think Kaiser has lost connection for a moment. So let the Cameroonian now for a moment Yoruba man speak, and then we take it from there. So Vuvuzela, whatever your name is, let's hear from you.
Why are you laughing? What's funny?
Kelo Shile.
Why is the Cameroonian speaking to me?
All right. Carry on. Give us your submission. After you, we hear from Nigerian
What I
first.
was saying is the reason.
Kaizo came and dropped this ill thought out thoughts, and now he's bailed out, leaving me now to clean up his mess. But Vuvuzela, you
No,
first.
but for me, like, I don't know why you people are, even talking bad about Igbos. The Igbos, they are very, noble people as well, just like the Yoruba, So yeah, man, there's no problems between the. So I don't like when you sending shots to the Igbos. They're Nigerians, just like us.
Right.
And also, the reason why I say you're a tribalist is because you're defending the decisions made by the Nigerian president because he's Yoruba. Yes.
I kind of agree with you, man. You hit the nail by the
Yeah, he's a tribalist.
the hand. Yeah, most of these guys are tribalists. They come out on their real days on their panels. They talk down on little tribes and people that want to oppose their tribal person in power.
Exactly.
Okay. So leaving that as the backdrop, those are your thoughts. But to the economic conversation taking place, do you have any thoughts on that, or do you just have this?
Yes. Can I ask you some questions on that? Why would the president play around, let's say, with the economy, how he's doing right now?
Why would he? Because the economy could not sustain itself under the previous model. The Nigerian Naira, the Nigerian economy, was being subsidized to the tune of $2 to $3 billion a month. That was what was being used to defend the Naira. So now, where is that $2 to $3 billion dollar coming from? They were borrowing money in order to defend a currency that could not sustain itself. So the country is now borrowed to the hilt, and the economy cannot no longer sustain that borrowing. So it's either they continue to force a borrowing at more expensive rates to the total bankruptcy of the economy, like the half-witted Ghanaians have done, or to bite the bullet, go through a pain period, which is what the country is going through now, and come out on the other side. So they've removed that $2 to $3 billion subsidy that sustains the Naira at the level it previously was, and they've thrown the Naira to the open market to determine its own value.
My view on this topic is that a Yoruba man and a Fulani man can never run Nigeria perfectly. An Igbo man is more wiser and economic wise, more richer, they deal more with businesses, so they can really run Nigeria well. So giving Nigeria to a guy who is nearly his grave, doesn't know what subsidies or removing or bringing it back secretly, so it's just, look, man, coming from Cameroon, it's rather frustrating to have a neighboring country like Nigeria where they elect leaders that other countries think they are electing leaders, but these guys have no clue about running the country. So I'm just, we just sit down and see them, go on a deep hole, and instead of us talking, we cannot talk because it's rather unfortunate. This guy has no clue about running a country, man. He was a governor in 1986 or whatever you call it, 1999 or whatever. I mean, years have gone. Let me finish. Years have gone by. time
Judy,
has passed, there
Judy,
have been increase of
Judy,
population. Let me
Judy.
finish now.
This is
There have
hold
been
on,
increase of
Judy,
population. You cannot
Judy,
compare the time that he was
Judy,
governor
calm down. I will
to
allow
the
you say what
present
you want
period.
to say, but
That's why
let me
when I hear
correct
you about people talk, I'm just so
Judy, calm
confused.
down.
Go ahead,
Judy,
man.
Judy,
Go ahead.
Judy.
But Jude,
Listen,
with all due
you are,
respect,
I believe you are an educated person. The way you talk, right? If you look what Mr.
What's led you to
Norman
believe
did,
that he's an educated
Norman
person? I
lay,
don't see that education.
Norman lay the situation on the table. You should have at least used that to counter him. But what you are saying now, you are deraying from the
No, I
conversation.
cannot use that because
No,
I've
no,
watched him on several
that is
panels. I
bad.
go back on what
Hold on,
most
sir.
topics that they keep
Hold on,
talking.
sir. I am
I
with
cannot
some
just
of us
hold him on this
understand
topic alone.
economics. So what is going on now is just what he laid down on the table. So Nigeria can no longer, because look at the past administration. They borrow money. Nigeria now owe debt
But the
of
past
$50
administration
billion.
is the same
You
party that this guy
cannot
is
hold
from.
on.
So
You
blame.
cannot
How can you be blaming
hold on, sir.
the past administration? He was part of the past administration. Come on, man. Wasn't he part of
What are you saying? He was not the president.
wasn't he part of the past administration?
Hold on, Oga. In a country, there's one president at a time. He was not president. Yes, he was a
But he was
political
part of the
leader.
political party.
Yes, but he's not the
In
president.
America, they have Democrat and Republican. When the Democrat
Okay, let me
president is
ask
in
you.
power,
Wait, hold
even
on, hold on. Let me ask you.
they blame
Judy,
all of them. Come on, man.
Judy. Now Obama they decide for Biden as we speak right now.
It's not Obama, but they blame the Democratic Party if things doesn't
Yes,
go
I
right. It's
agree.
not just Obama.
I agree. See, on that one, I agree.
Well, so he should also be
But
blamed
what
because
I'm
when
trying
he
to
came
say
in
is that
power, he
was
said he
not
was
the
gonna fix stuff immediately. He knew what he was going to because the same guy that they are in the same party told him what the situation was,
Okay,
and he knew what the
Jude, let me ask
situation was.
you. Okay, Jude, let me ask you. If you are a very good economy manager, will you allow Nigeria to continue to borrow to defend the economy, or just
No,
allow?
he wouldn't have run
No,
in
let me.
power
I'm
if he
talking.
knew he
No, I need
couldn't
to
handle
ask
it.
you that question. What do you want if you were okay? You let me say you be economist now. So tell me the solution. Give me a solution.
No, I'm not an economist. He came in power because he knew he could solve those problems. He knew
That's
he
what
was
he,
an
that is
economist.
what
He
he's
knew he was a
doing.
political
That
analyst.
is
He
what
knew
he's
he
doing,
knew he
sir.
could solve
No,
problem in security. He
that
knew he
is
could solve
what he's
everything.
doing. Okay, can
Oh,
you
come
tell
on.
me? Okay, let's say he is wrong. He's not doing it well. Can you give me a better alternative
I'm not an
solution?
economist, but you cannot try
Okay, no.
solving a problem by creating another problem. It doesn't make sense. You try to solve a problem of subsidies, creating another problem of Naira 4. Come on, man. It tells me you have no clue about
Oh,
running a
God, you
business.
see, now you not get clue. If somebody campaign, say he go unify the currency and he go remove subsidy. What did that one be? That will not be policy. That one make people vote for them.
What policy? Did you know the subsidy has been returned back secretly? Come
No.
on, man.
No.
Oh
See,
man, that's why sometimes
let me explain to you what is going on. Eh? Hold on. It's not. Listen. The subsidy.
oh, these
It was not.
Nigerians, man.
The subsidy was not 100% removed, because if not, fuel price will be at least 1,000 something as we speak right now in Nigeria.
I
You
mean, it's
understand?
only in Nigeria that are now realize that people cannot afford fuel. They have to bring in subsidies. Come on, man. There's no country in Africa where the government use subsidies on to reduce gas prices on people. You pay as you earn. It tells me that there are more poor people in Nigeria than any other country in Africa. It
No, if
makes
you
no
look,
sense.
no, Judy. If you look here,
Hold on. UFC. The first thing that struck me today when I first came on this spaces was just how I don't want to use the word unintelligent, so I'll use the word pedestrian. The first thing that struck me when I came across you is just how pedestrian your thoughts are, and it seems to be getting lower and lower. You have no concept of what is going on, but then you are so assertive and affirmative in your thoughts, as though you have an understanding of anything. You said you are not an economist, so why don't you then listen to people like UFC who have a better knowledge, and he's also Nigerian.
Oh, come on. Come
People from
on.
all
They
these
have better
tiny
knowledge here. The
countries,
country is crumbling. Come
from all
on,
these
man.
tiny little
see,
countries.
See, if you have counter argument on what one man lay on table, you should come up with that. That's how to have a conversation. You can't just bring another topic. You understand
I
me?
mean, you cannot go on a
You should
counter
have no,
attack
see,
with
the
Yoruba. With
way you
come on,
reason
man,
now,
these are people that they believe that
The
they
way
are
you
born.
dey
They
reason
have
now,
to rule with the Fulani people.
the way you dey
Come on,
reason now,
man.
let me Africa not dey grow. That's why Africa is stagnant. You have to come up with superior argument. It's not all about ethnicity and all those. No,
Guys, leave
this is
those things. An
policy.
Igbo man will have been far
This
better
policy.
off in
Hold on,
power than
Judy.
any of these
Judy,
political
Judy. They are
one of the
absolutely.
politicians.
If those decision not make sense, then you come up with better one. Let's see. Then we'll think about.
Omo,
We'll reason
tell
am
me
here.
what decision in Nigeria has made sense. Everything is crumbling since from
Okay,
Obasanjo.
we agree.
Nothing has
Okay,
always
we
been
agree with
prospered.
you, Judy.
So you are telling
Fine.
me that all these economists,
Okay,
analysts
fine, Judy.
have not been
Judy,
able to solve the problem of Naira.
can you come up with superior solution? Can you give us superior solution here? Because we agree now,
From what I've gathered,
the decision
yeah,
it
from
took
what
is
I've
bad.
gathered,
Okay, give us a better this
yeah,
thing.
from what I've gathered right now, Jude, he's also another tribalist. You know, he does not like Yoruba, which is why he's right now. He just
We should
coming up
not
with any
focus
argument.
on. I don't care about those things.
Yeah, that's
My
why he's
own is
making
to
up
see the
arguments
economy
about,
grow.
you know,
That
yeah,
is my concern. When I
yeah. But
don't care who is there.
that's the mentality he has. You know, so you have to understand where he's
No,
coming
we
from,
should
so you know how to, you know, debate.
This guy, man.
because whoever that is there, if he fail, that means the whole country fail. If it
But the country has already failed. This guy
if
is a mumu. They need to take him. If I was in the Nigerian Senate, they have to impeach this guy. He has no clue. He's more focused on his illness, what he is sick of, than focusing on Nigerian problems. You know,
Judy,
within
can
how
you
many
give us
months? Within how many
Judy,
months in power? He has already spent
Judy,
almost 2 months in Europe.
Judy,
Come on,
Judy?
man.
Okay, I
Are
agree
you
on that
kidding me?
one. I agree with you. Okay, Judy,
Come
what
on,
is the
man.
solution? What do you think should be the solution? What should be the solution? Give me. That's what I want to hear.
When he came in power, he said he will
Uh-huh.
hit the road running, meaning
Mm-hmm.
that he knew the problem. Even
Mm-hmm.
many people have called him out. Former vice president of Nigeria has called him out.
I agree.
Other
See,
politicians have called him out.
what you are doing there
No,
is
don't tell me I should.
complaining.
He knows the
Complain not
problems
the
and
solve
he knows how to
problem.
solve it.
Complain
Come
not the
on, man.
solve problem. Give me solution. Can you give us solution? Okay. In Nigeria, none of us have sense. Give us better solution. Let's see. Let's
Why
see
we
your
argue? Am I from that country, man? You guys should
yes.
go
At least
go
give
ahead and
okay.
run that
Based on
country.
so you are
Your
looking from
solution will
outside.
do. Your
You are
solution will
watching
mean
from
nothing to
outside.
these
Give
people, man.
us solution now. Let's see because you are better than everybody.
No,
Every
your
other
solution
person
will mean
does.
nothing. This kind of guys, man. How can you
No.
in a
See,
country?
this is the problem. See, this is the problem, eh? At least you should be able to come up with solutions since you have all the ideas that okay, give us any solution you think you will be better.
It's
The problem is you have a president who has not even been able to construct
okay.
hospitals.
Solution.
Go ahead, my guy.
No.
Give
See,
them solution.
No,
Solution does not even
hold on.
make
You
sense
said
to
that
them.
already
yes,
today. Hold on,
yes,
USA.
leadership
Hold
is part of the
on.
problem in
You said that already today. What is inviting you to do? You've listed the problem. Now list solutions. If so clever enough to identify the problem, you should be clever enough to
One man, one man. We cannot give solutions to people who are adamant to, sticking to the old way of running things. If I give you
it takes
solutions, what you gonna
it's,
do with it?
hold
If I
on,
tell you to
Judy,
create,
let me
let me
tell
finish
you
now.
thing.
Let me
He says
finish. If I tell
for the
you to
past 20 for the past
to
2
bring in more
decades,
security guards, oh man, are you gonna let
let me
me
say
talk?
for the past 2 decades, our focus have been on Nigerian leader. We have been saying they are the problem. They are the problem. Okay, yes, we agree. We, the citizens,
How can
what are
you
we?
agree the same time you voted a man who has no
Hold
clue about running
on.
a country?
Oh shit. Then what should be
I
the
mean, you
problem?
agree, but you voted a man that has no clue. The guy
I
that
didn't
was
vote.
right for the
Oga,
position,
I didn't
Obi,
vote. So
you guys
don't add me
neglected him.
venom. I didn't vote. See, you see, this emotional behavior, that's the reason why we have Tinubu in power as we speak. Because during that last election, some of us were online telling people divided opposition is not going to remove the incumbent. But everybody, hey, keep quiet.
You know what? If this wasn't Kaizo's stream, I would have voted you a long time ago. On my stream,
I know one man. That's why I don't come.
No.
One man, I know that.
we have zero tolerance for half-wit commentators on my stream. But this is Kaizo's stream, so
One man, I understand. I know on your stream you don't let outsider comes on your panel. I mean, if it's not only Yoruba fanatics,
we don't
then
let
I mean,
unintelligent
you really let.
people come on my
You,
stream. But this is
oh,
Kaizo's
come on.
stream.
No.
We don't let
Come on.
unintelligent people on.
Wama, it's good to have people with dissenting opinion. It doesn't mean everyone should
I
agree
believe the
with.
solution is basically we had we had enough. Odudu has been ruling for too long now. It's time to give the power to Chukwu. The Igbos, let them have a try in the presidency, see what they can do.
Exactly.
As they've never had. But
Okay, let
I
me
think
tell
right
you
now
the reason why APC is still in power. It was because of greed.
Oh, come on.
A lot of people,
Come on.
yes, I said it was because of greed.
Come on.
Let me
So
tell you
because
why.
they
Hold
split it.
on, Oga.
No, it's not
Let me
because
tell
of
you.
greed. Yeah, Yoruba man was a greed. He should have just hand power to Obi.
Let me
Tell
tell
him
you why.
Obi, take power. You know what greed? Why did the Yoruba man not hand power to Obi?
Judy, when you are speaking on another country's issue, sometimes you need to listen. You don't live
No,
there.
I know you want to
I
focus
cannot
your
come
greed
here
on the
now
party that split
arguing
between Obi and Atiku.
with Cameroon because I don't know much about Cameroon. You
It
understand
is
me?
too dumb to listen. It's too dumb.
No, but you want to go on the point with Atiku and Obi. Why not focus on what Tinubu?
Yes,
Go ahead.
they are the reason why we have the current president in power right now. Because if in 2014, all the opposition in Nigeria, 90% of them came together. Their goal was to remove PDP from power. Every other person kept their personal interest to themselves. They unite. That is how they were able to remove PDP. But last election, if you pay attention, the opposition divide themselves. You think you can remove incumbents in Nigeria like that? It is impossible. Even Atiku that contest in that last election, he was part of the people who removed PDP from power. Then it was in APC. It was Atiku, Buhari, Tinubu, Bukola Saraki, Dino Milaye, many of other leaders, Rochelle Okorosha, and the rest. They all came to form a group. That's how PDP was defeated.
Let me explain the greed from you. The greed is that you have an older candidate who is almost going to his grave, not allowing a younger guy you see. Let me tell you, if Obi will have won, probably 50% of security problem will have been solved in Nigeria as we speak. I'm telling you for a fact. 50%. But because of greed, Yoruba man wants to see. Let me finish now. You have talked. A Yoruba man was president for 8 years. Obasanjo. Let me finish now. A Yoruba man was in power for 8 years. Obasanjo left. Another Yoruba still want to claim. Go ahead.
You don't see, Judy, calm down. The insecurity
You're not gonna let me talk, but you want to go ahead.
The insecurity in Nigeria is not what we discuss on social media. What's happening on ground is different from social media. Okay, it's bigger than you, even me, and all of us that are discussing here. You think one man can just come and come Nigeria?
I'm from Bakassi area. I know what security is in Nigeria.
Immediately you think that one man can come
UFC.
Yeah.
Should I just boot this guy out so we can have an intelligent conversation? He's holding He's holding the conversation down to his low level.
No, leave him. Leave him. No, leave him.
This man is the Mumu guy. See, that's why I don't go on his panel, man.
No, don't insult anybody, Judy. See, Judy.
I know, but that's why I don't go on his panel, because he's more into Yoruba stuff. If you are not with Yoruba, you are considered a bad person. That's why they consider Igbo as bad people. That's crazy.
Judy, let me tell you something. Nigeria, nobody, one single person can fix Nigeria. You know why? Average Nigeria, they individualistic. When they are doing something, they don't think about the generality of the country or about any other person. It's about themselves, including me that is speaking here. You understand me?
So you are
So the
telling me
reason why
that
I'm
me
telling
that I'm from Bakassi. Let me ask you a question. So you are
you,
telling me that me that I'm from Bakassi, I have no clue about security issue in Nigeria.
yes, yes, you don't, because you are looking at it in a very simple way. It's very deep. The
What
issue of
simple way that
no,
the
let
same
me tell you.
security
No, no, no.
issues
Let me
affecting me in Bakassi,
hold on,
and
sir. The
you
reason why I tell you, see,
go ahead.
Judy, the reason why I'm telling you that the issue of security in Nigeria, insecurity is deep, is that it is no longer about religion or anything now. It is
But the
people.
government is the one
Hold
sponsoring
on,
insecurity. That's why most of the
let me
police
land. I
guards
will allow
are
you talk.
kidnappers now.
What is hold on? What is going on now is that it's not a money venture whereby those who those those who have money have decided to go into organized crime. It's not a organized kind of organized crime something whereby
Run by
yeah,
politicians and police officers
not
and everybody. How can
run
a
by the,
country how
let
can
me
a
no no
country
no
have
no
police officers and
hold
they are
on.
kidnapping people?
The police are just too weak for that. Run by the military. There are some military people who are involved. Believe me, because if they are not involved personally, they would have been able to solve the problem. You understand me? So so it's deeper
So who
than
are you blaming? Are you blaming Tinubu or you are not blaming Tinubu?
no. Of course, I'm blaming the government because if not
Why?
for security, 100%, yes, because
So the
he
guy is
promised.
the mumu guy.
Hold
I
on,
don't know why he's still in power.
hold on. He promised that he's going to deal with that issue, so he
How
should be
long, how
criticized
long,
on
how
that
long
one.
is he gonna deal with the issue? That's why I mean you have a president who has no clue. He's more thinking of his sickness than thinking that is a problem that will have been solved immediately as soon as you get in power. You hit the bull by the you hold the bull by the horn. Call all security personnel to come forward as a president. Come
Jude,
on, man.
Jude, can I ask you one question? How
The guy
long?
is a mumu guy.
Oh no, hold on, Jude, hold on. See, this sometimes I ask you, are you a graduate really? I don't understand. If you see, I understand sometimes when you speak on emotion. Because if you pay attention to Nigeria for this long, you should have known that insecurity issue in Nigeria is going to 15 years now. I think the first
No,
incident
it's not only
started.
15 years.
Hold
Even
on,
during that
yes.
time of Obasanjo, there were insecurity, the
No,
Gulf of
hold
Japa,
on,
Delta, Oyo,
hold on.
Niger Delta, all
Allow
these
me
people.
land. The issues escalated in 2009. 2019 now, we have been battling that thing. You understand? I think
And
recently,
none of these old guys that you guys elected have not been able to solve this problem. And you still elect them again. You know, you bring in new people thinking you're going to solve a problem.
can I ask you
Yet
one
you are not
question?
doing it.
Can I ask you one question? How old was Goodluck when he was president?
I don't know how old was he.
Was he a old man?
He was in his 50s.
So what are you saying now?
50s in America is an old man.
Okay, who okay, those that run in that last election, is any one of them, are they young? Are they in their 40s or they're in
When
their 50s?
Obama took power, Obama was 45 years old. 45 is
Oh,
young in
calm
America.
down.
45 is, I'm telling
The
you,
people that
once you
I
are
agree
over
with you.
50,
The
you are
people
older.
that see we are talking about age here. Don't come here and be arguing. Your president is 90 something years. Don't do that here. Your president is 90 something. Don't come here and preach a
So
word.
what is your point?
They say charity begins at home. So start from
The
your house
problem
first.
is not my president. The problem is you elect an older man. The same time he is sick.
Okay,
He is
see,
thinking more of
I
his
ask
sickness
you.
than
Okay,
thinking of governing
who
people.
who was the younger? Okay, you said all of them are old. So
Compare him to Obi. Obi is way younger than him.
how old is he?
I don't care, but the people that were running for president, at least you
But
will have
you
taken a
see,
younger person.
hold on, you are contradicting yourself. I told you Goodluck was young, but you said Goodluck was old man. It should be young. Obi is 65. I don't understand. All of them were
Based on the
all of
people that
them
were
in that last
running, at
election.
least you
Yes,
will have choose
they
a
are
person
they
that
are
is
in their
younger.
60 upward. But see, age is not anything. Competency matters. For instance, the worst governor in Nigeria, I think he handed over recently, was the governor of Kogi State. How old was he? 40 something. He was 40 when he took over.
Are you talking about Yaya Bello?
Yes.
Yaya Bello is not the worst governor of Kogi State.
He is.
The new governor praised him for what he did. They even call Yaya Bello the developer of Kogi. What the hell are you talking about?
What do you expect? What do you expect the governor? He handpick him.
Man, you forget that I follow more of Nigerian politics than most of these Yoruba fanatics or whatever you call yourself.
See, Yaya Bello, everybody, even those who hate.
Even the new governor now, I know the new governor's name. The new governor's name is called Usman. Do you know that? Or maybe you want to go Google.
I don't need to go run.
Oh, okay.
I can tell you, say when somebody and pick the praise. What do you expect make it talk before make it cause? You guessing? I don't speak broken for you, if you understand. I don't tire for him. I'm speaking for something. You can't cause me.
But the guy praised him. The guy say he did good. That Yaya Bello is like the best governor of Kogi. He built Kogi.
Hold on. What do you expect before? You expect him to you expect someone and pick you and you become governor, then you start insulting the person. Come on, guy.
I mean, even Shetima was there. Shetima confirmed when they were inaugurating the guy. The guy sleep straight in front of the former Kogi governor.
See, brother. Everyone know in Nigeria, this is not about to see to.
Hold on, Jude. How old is the president of your country? How old is he?
Oh, one man, go and take care of your baby, man. When you are done, then come back and ask me questions. You know. Go ahead, UFC. UFC. Now, what's going on? This guy mute everybody or what?
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
What I'm saying is that Yaya Bello is an APC governor, and I'm telling you this, he was the most incompetent governor during the last 8 years. So don't come here.
UFC, let me just ask you a question. What is wrong with these Yoruba fanatics, man? These Yoruba people, especially from, that's why, I mean, especially from Lagos and these Abeokuta, Ogun State. What is wrong with these people? I will not put Oyo State or Ibadan. Go ahead.
Let me tell you something. This is one thing I don't like about Nigeria. When one person become president, whoever, whatever tribe he comes from, everybody in that tribe now will try to defend that person. Even sometimes
Why?
It's a crazy phenomenon in Nigeria. So that's what I'm saying, that people don't think about the country first. Like me, you see what I put, my name is Nigeria first, like the country. You understand me? Not Benin.
No, but even you that you talk about Nigerian first, you oppose Igbo people. Any Igbo person that come here and criticize the government, they call him Biafra. So it means that an Igbo person cannot criticize the government or what?
Me, see, this is the thing. Because I disagree with someone's opinion doesn't mean I hate them. We can disagree.
Yeah, but most of these Yoruba guys, when an Igbo person criticizes the government in power, they call him a Biafra. Does that make sense?
Listen, when the person gets anything wrong, 100% you have on security. I told you, yes, the president is his responsibility to deal with that. So it's not going to blame anybody. At least Buhari was bashed for that. So the current president will be bashed for
that. This current president has no clue. That's why that border between Cameroon and Nigeria, if I was President Paul Biya, I will shut it down forever. Come on, man. Insecurity everywhere, kidnappings running the border. I mean, come on. Everybody is just crossing. I mean, no ID card, nothing. From Borno, come on, man. We cannot live in a country like that where insecurity is all over the place, man. It makes no sense.
Even you see one thing you need to understand. The country where you live, so I think in Kansas few days ago, they were mass shooting in their Super Bowl rally. Does
Yeah,
that
after
mean
after after when Kansas won, the Chiefs,
oh
yeah.
yes? Does that mean now the whole country now is full of insecurity in the US?
But
So
they
calm
caught
down,
the
Mr.
guys though.
Man.
They caught the
Calm
guys
down,
in Nigeria. In Nigeria. Come on, man.
calm down.
Come on.
Me and you know, our security system in your country, because I saw some of your military officers. They are just as useless for what I see. They are weak.
Forget those
They are
family
crooked.
those family that were kidnapped in Abuja, and the parents of the children were killed. Have they caught those
Let,
kidnappers?
let me tell you how kidnapping work in Nigeria. Let me tell you what's going on. If you are kidnapped in Nigeria, I promise you, it is people around you that connect with people to kidnap you, not outsider. No, you can't be walking in the street of Nigeria and get kidnapped. It is impossible.
Huh?
Yes,
But why
it is
only in Nigeria?
impossible.
Because I don't hear kidnapping in no other country. Even in Kenya,
No,
they don't talk
because
about
see, let me
kidnapping.
tell you.
Even in Cameroon, you don't hear kidnapping.
Let me
I
tell
mean,
you
you might hear
why.
insecurity, but not
See,
kidnapping. Come on,
let
man.
me tell you why. This is something. See, this thing when this thing started way back, it was the government that caused this thing. They went ahead to use money to release some people that were kidnapped way back. That's about 10 years ago. This is how that industry was created. Because in Nigeria, when you use money to induce something, other people want to do the same thing. The only thing Nigerian fear and respect is that when you use violence to solve violent problem, yes, they will stop. They won't try it again. But when you use dialogue and other method, you have caused more problem than you expected. That's why when people say let's just release that person and let him go, I don't always agree, because I know when you do that, you will create other people. Other people will come in the next 5 years and do something worse than what has happened before.
Let
You
me
understand
mention.
me?
Yeah, I
So
understand
a
you.
lot of people in Nigeria know that okay, there's money now in that
But
bad thing.
do you know why Nigeria right now, as we speak, has the worst economy in Africa right now? The economy is
Yes,
crumbling
yes, tell
because
me.
they have
Mm.
they have they have the amount of money in circulation in Nigeria as we speak is more than the total population of Nigeria. The amount of money in circulation, it means you can find. That's why you see people are just throwing naira everywhere in parties, all of that, because the amount of money in circulation is more than the total population. That's inflation right there. You have money, but you don't have good to buy. I mean, the good that you want to buy are few. It doesn't make sense at all. I mean, come on, man.
Yes, because you know what? That's
I
see,
mean, you guys have
see,
printed money all over the
yeah,
place. It
I
makes no
agree with
sense.
you. I said
Come
it
on.
earlier. I
How
said
can
it
you
in
guys
this
have
platform that the
people that reason,
productivity,
yet they
hold
don't
on,
reason enough? Come on, man.
see, low productivity is not just the government's responsibility only. It is me and you. No, not be me and
But
one
how
man.
can
We're
Nigeria
not
claim that they have
Nigeria.
intelligent people, yet they print more money in circulation than the people? It makes no sense.
Yeah, that was the money that was printed in the last administration. That
Yeah, but
the
how come?
ways and means the last administration did. I think it was 20 trillion, 20 trillion naira.
But
It's too much.
I mean, why?
Yeah,
Why?
I agree with
There's
you.
no fact check
That was bad. That
to
printing of
to
SS,
people
yeah,
that you believe they have intelligence. Are you kidding me?
that printing of SS money was bad. Was bad for the economy. I agree.
Man,
On that one, on that printing of money was bad. I don't know how the CBN decided to
in my country, as we speak
see,
in Bakassi, we have bags
Judy,
of
Judy,
Nigerian naira
Judy,
pile up in
Judy,
Ghana must go. Almost,
Judy,
if you want, I can
Judy,
send you a picture on
hold on.
WhatsApp.
Let
I'm
me
telling
tell
you,
you.
we have over 27 bags of